Hello everyone, I'm MW3 from Psychic Gamers, and this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Now I'm going to be talking about the Black Ops 2 multiplayer information leak today. It would have been nice to put some Black Ops gameplay on the back of this, considering, they're going to be very similar, but I don't really have any good Black Ops gameplay. So I'm just going to give you some Modern Warfare 3 Osprey gameplays. I think there's going to be more than one because this is going to be quite a long commentary. There was some good feedback on my Modern Warfare 2 Nuke gameplay, and I'll be putting up more of those. There was also a suggestion for COD 4 gameplay, which I can do when I get some, but I just wanted to judge how people respond to this Modern Warfare 3 Osprey gameplays, because I got quite a few of these I could put up as well. And I'll be doing in the future whatever is most popular and what people want to see. So make sure to leave me feedback on what you think. All this information was leaked about a week ago on March 27th, but unfortunately I didn't see it. I only saw it yesterday. However, I thought that people would still like to hear about it just in case they haven't seen it either, and if you have seen it, maybe you'd like to hear my opinion on what I think of it. Obviously this leak may not be real, so take it with a pinch of salt, but adding to the legitimacy of it, it was posted twice on the Call of Duty forums and it was taken off of there. It was removed by the forum moderators. So if that makes it sound more real to you, take it that way, but obviously remember, this isn't official at all. So let's start here. The game is apparently just going to be called Black Ops 2, which I was quite surprised about because Treyarch have always called their games since World at War different things. So it wasn't COD 5, it was World at War, it wasn't COD 7, it was Black Ops, but they're going with a numerical name this time, Black Ops 2. To me that suggests that the storylines of the games are going to be very closely linked, but take from that what you will. The game is said to be released on November 6th, which makes sense because that's the first Tuesday of the month and that's how COD's been released for the past 5 games. Zombies mode will be returning for those of you that are into zombies, and Call of Duty Elite will be coming back with the tagline of Elite 2.0, suggesting they've improved it quite a lot in some way. Unlike the Modern Warfare 3 leak last year, this isn't about the storyline in any way. This is all about multiplayer gameplay, which to me, although the storylines on CODs are always really good, multiplayer is the main component for me. That's what I play the most. I'm not a big fan of zombies. I do like the story mode, but it only lasts like a couple of hours because it is quite short. Multiplayer is a big hitter for me on COD, and although it does annoy me sometimes, it is my favourite game to play online. So this was a very interesting find for me. To start with, there's going to be a brand new game mode called Escort. Apparently it's going to be similar to Search and Destroy. However, there's going to be a live player which you must escort to one of 3 areas, or 2 depending on the size of the map, without him being killed. Treyarch already did a game mode similar to this in their James Bond tie-in Quantum of Solace. You had to escort the player from one side to the other without him being killed. The match will have 2 rounds and you only have 1 life. I'm not sure whether that means the player being escorted will only have 1 life or if everyone will have 1 life. Saying it's similar to Search and Destroy makes it sound like everybody's only going to have 1 life, because there's no similarity to Search and Destroy in destroying objectives, so I assume that's what it means. Drop Zone and Kill Confirm will return. Drop Zone is quite a lot of fun, although I don't play loads of it. I sometimes jump into it because it's just a bit of a change of pace from the other gameplay modes. I'm not too bothered about Kill Confirmed. When I first picked up Modern Warfare 3, this was all I played, but soon I learnt that the best ways to do it is either just to camp on tags, which I hate camping and being camped on, or it's just a tacticless cluster in the middle where everyone rushes for tags. That doesn't appeal to me. I prefer Team Deathmatch. Team Defender won't return unfortunately, and Infected won't return either, which is a bit of a shame. I was in Infected the other day and it's a lot of fun as long as you don't get into a game with a load of boosters. Next thing, point streaks. It just says here, will follow Modern Warfare 3's system. And I'm not exactly sure what this means, but I would guess that they're going to be split into 3 tiers, Assault, Support and Specialist. And as it's point streaks, not kill streaks, you're going to be doing objectives as well as getting kills. It specifically says there's going to be a larger emphasis on objectives. If you plant a bomb in one of the bomb game modes, so Search and Destroy, Demolition or Sabotage I think it is, you're going to get 2 points. You're not just going to get 1, you're going to get 2. In Domination, when you capture a neutral flag, so one that hasn't been captured yet, you're going to get 1 point. However, if you capture an enemy flag, you're going to get 2. The specialist point streak has been changed. Now this sounds really complicated to me. God knows how they're gonna let you set it up. It's probably gonna take an absolute year to set up the way you want it. But anyway, this is how it's gonna go down. The first 2 kills gets you 1 perk. Your 4th kill gets you 2 more perks, so that's a total of 3. 6th kill gets you 3 more perks, so we're up to 6. And the 8th kill gets you 4 more perks, so that's a total of 10 perks. However, when you reach that 8th kill, you don't get a specialist bonus. So you don't get every perk, which obviously suggests there's going to be more than 10 perks, which is, you know, quite likely considering the perks in the other games. And you do not get all pro perks when you get your specialist bonus, or, you know, when you would get your specialist bonus in Modern Warfare 3. You only have those perks pro if you have them pro, like if you've unlocked them pro normally. It doesn't say anything about whether you get like all the proficiencies on your weapons, but you know, as I go through this, I'll have to try and figure out if they are bringing back proficiencies or not. Black Ops RCXD will not return, which is a bit of a shame, because even though it was gimmicky, that was quite fun to drive around at people. Now this thing, I'm kind of 50-50 on this. Heat vision. This isn't an attachment, this is a point streak, which is really bizarre. When you get the required amount of points, and notice it doesn't say how many yet, so whether that's undecided yet, you know, I'm not sure. When you get the required amount of points, you activate the point streak, and the guy basically whips out a heat vision scope and sticks it on your weapon. Obviously this depends on the weapon. You're not going to be able to shove this onto shotguns and stuff, and it's only primaries. It actually says the scope can only be attached to primaries, not including shotguns, which implies that shotguns are going to be primaries again and not going back to the secondaries as they were in Modern Warfare 2. Now the advantage of this heat vision scope is you're going to be able to detect enemies through walls. Now this is going to be great for wiping out campers, but what troubles me is all of these things can work both ways. What stops you just camping and looking through a wall at people? I mean, I've had people wall hacking before in the older games, and that's not fun to do, so this just seems like a legitimate wall hack to me. We'll just have to wait to see how this works. The other thing that came to my mind, people don't enjoy the amount of assassin users on Modern Warfare 3, but they only use assassin because of the UAV spam. Now if we're getting this heat vision thing, an assassin or the Black Ops 2 equivalent is going to protect us from it, then I foresee a lot of assassin users again. Anyway, as I said, only time will tell how this works out. The next thing is an item package. This requires 5 points and falls alongside care packages and airdrop traps. This features a list of package items including ammo, minigun, grenade launcher, rocket launcher and body armor. Now to be quite honest, this really confuses me. This doesn't even sound like proper English written here. This is obviously just in note form and probably only understood by the people that are actually making the game. Falling alongside care packages and airdrops. That sounds a bit weird to me. Does that mean that they're dropped in the same way as care packages and airdrop traps? Or does that mean that they're as well as? Not quite sure about that. Features a list of package items only, so you can pick from one of these items. I'm not sure whether you pick from them when it drops or whether you pick from them when you select this point streak. Ammo would be good, I suppose, if you're going on a really long streak. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be at 5 points. Minigun, I suppose it's going to be like the death machine. Grenade launchers, is that going to be like a grenade launcher attachment, like a noob tube, or is that going to be similar to the China Lake? Rocket launchers can come out of it. I mean, is that going to be additional to your secondary weapon? Are you going to have 3 weapons here? And the other thing is body armor, so that's going to be similar to the ballistic vest, I guess. That bit confused me a bit, but there you go. Take from that what you want. The next thing is prestiges, and god is this complicated here. There's going to be 50 ranks, but not for every prestige. There's only going to be 50 ranks in the first prestige. Every 2 prestiges there is a 5 rank increase, and there's 15 prestiges. So if you work that out, the final prestige is going to have 90 levels. That's a grand total of 1,170 levels, if I've worked that out correctly. This is going to make reaching the 15th prestige a lot more challenging than it was in previous games, and it may persuade more people just to stick at first. Next thing, Elite 2.0. Now I briefly mentioned this earlier, but there's a bit more of a detailed explanation here. Elite is being fully incorporated into Black Ops 2. Now if you've got Modern Warfare 3 Elite, you'll know that it isn't actually in the game. You have to use the app, either on your PC, on the website, on a smartphone, or you have to use the console app. You can't access it in-game, like just on its own. The combat record has been modified, and it's been renamed as Elite Stats. Now, combat record probably actually influenced the design of Elite. It was very detailed stats, and it was the first time COD had done it. That's probably where Elite came from, so it's good to see that they're all sort of being merged back together again. The next thing is very interesting. They're extending the clan ops into clan matches, where there's going to be specific lobbies where they can do clan tournaments and stuff like that. That's going to be a way of ranking up your clan without taking part in the slightly botched clan operations. Now the subheading here is removed. Now the first thing is no Moab or nuke, which is very interesting because I made a commentary the other day about what I thought they should do in Black Ops 2. Now I'm quite surprised that they took out both of these, but you know, maybe it will stop people camping it out trying to get these longer kill streaks. We'll have to see. The next thing is no last stand, but before you get too excited, remember last year they told us no last stand, and instead we got final stand and dead man's hand, which, because they were death streaks, wasn't the same thing. For those people that are very wary of that, this next bullet point is going to make you very happy. No death streaks. I am so pleased about this if it's true. Death streaks are, you know, they're terrible. The only ones that I would be happy for them to leave in are Juiced and Copycat from Modern Warfare 2. The other ones are just too overpowered. Dead Man's Hand is ridiculous. Final Stand is too overpowered for how few deaths in a row you need, especially if you're running Hardline Pro. And then just the stuff from Modern Warfare 2 was pretty poor. Like Painkiller was almost game breaking. I have a lot of problems being on the receiving end of death streaks, so it's good to hear they're going. They weren't in Black Ops, so it probably isn't that big a surprise, but you know, they could have kept it in after Modern Warfare 3, but I'm so glad they didn't. The other thing is no flamethrower attachment. Now I haven't played loads and loads of Black Ops because I was quite a late adopter to it, but the flamethrower did seem quite powerful and a bit annoying. And World at War had issues with the flamethrower as well, but I suppose you got it at quite a high rank. So, you know, if you're a flamethrower user, that's going to be bad news for you, but for the other people on the receiving end of it, you're probably going to enjoy that. Map design. The map design and size is going to be following Black Ops, not Modern Warfare 3. Now, I'm not sure, you know, I'm not sure quite what to take from this. None of the maps in Modern Warfare 3 are that memorable to me, and they seem to suffer from a lot of camping places. But saying that, the maps in Black Ops had a lot of windows and places you could camp in as well. Map size, I'm not really sure what they mean here. The maps in Modern Warfare 3 are fairly small, but then there's so many stupid places you can go, it makes them quite big. So we'll have to see. I mean, there's nothing really detailed there, so whatever your opinion is. Sniper rifles. Now, it just says they've improved sniper rifle usage. What that improvement is, I don't know. But the other two bullet points may be what they mean. Less sway is quite self-explanatory, so when you're aiming down your sight, your scope isn't going to be going all over the place. The other thing is no aim assist, so that means quick scoping is going to be a lot harder. To me, this just sounds like a challenge. I'm going to give sniping a really good go right from the start to try and get good at it, because it sounds like it's going to be a real challenge for people that, you know, just exploit the aim assist and quick scope. I mean, I've done it in the past, and it is, let's face it, once you get the hang of it, very easy to do. Customization. No longer just perk 1 changes your appearance. All 3 of the perks are going to make you look different, which is really, really cool. Modern Warfare 3's customization was pretty much non-existent. Black Ops had a lot more customization. It doesn't mention anything about the face paints and, you know, the clan tags on the guns and the emblems coming back, but I would assume they will. I hope they do, because that was really cool. That's a really interesting feature. It was a shame they left out Modern Warfare 3. Now, for people that play hardcore, there's going to be a larger emphasis on hardcore. There's going to be no grenade launchers, only vehicle guided rocket launchers, so no free fires. Respawn timings are decreased for most modes, and 1 bullet in the foot is not going to kill someone on hardcore. A head or a chest shot is going to be required for a 1-shot kill. Another thing, if you play hardcore you'll know that the health regeneration is off, but if you are severely injured you're not going to be able to run around like that. You'll bleed out and die if you're stuck like that, so be careful about being shot. Perk system 2.0. Another thing with a 2.0 subtitle slapped on it, suggesting some form of improvement. The pro perk system has a bit of a change made to it. For each perk that you get pro, there's now 2 options that you can choose. You all know perks change something about your player to improve them, and then when you get the pro perk from completing the challenges, you get an added bonus which further improves it. On Black Ops 2 you get a choice of 2 pro variations of this perk. The example given is a tier 1 perk called Speed, which reduces the time taken to aim down the sight, pretty much quick draw from Modern Warfare 3. Pro 1 allows you to swap weapons faster, like Sleight of Hand Pro. Pro 2 allows you to throw equipment faster, like Quick Draw Pro. If you think about this, this is going to be a lot of customization for how you want your player to work. The other thing we can take out of this is what tier this perk is in. The example is Speed, which is equivalent to Quick Draw in Modern Warfare 3. Quick Draw was a tier 2 perk, however in Black Ops 2 this Speed perk is going to be tier 1. So obviously the perks have all switched tiers again. I could say almost for definite that this is done to try and balance out the perks. The last thing on the list is combat training. Now combat training didn't return from Black Ops in Modern Warfare 3, but Black Ops 2 will feature it. It's going to be coming back with big improvements. Firstly, the difficulty level isn't just to do with how long it takes for the bots to start shooting you. Now if you play combat training on Black Ops, you'll know that when you play it on Recruit, the bots take several seconds to actually start firing at you and even longer to get an accurate shot. The bots are said to have an advanced AI system which is similar to the behaviour seen in Modern Warfare 3's Spec Ops Survival. Now if you played Spec Ops Survival you'll know that the enemies have an opportunity to cover. Now I don't see why this feature would be implemented if that wasn't a feature in multiplayer. So, you know, are they meaning that that bit doesn't feature in combat training, or is there something we're not being told about how multiplayer will work? Now I'll take the opportunity again to remind you that all of this information may be completely fake, but if this is real, this all sounds like pretty decent stuff. It's nothing amazingly innovative, but at this point with the Call of Duty series, what do you expect? It sounds like they're further trying to refine what they tried to do in Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 could have been the perfect COD from what it sounded like on paper, but there was a lot of issues that came out of it, and from what they've written here, they seem to be trying to rectify those issues. Of course we don't know what issues the heat vision will bring, and what other perks are coming in that could cause a big issue as well. There are a couple of issues here that haven't been addressed. Obviously, there's a few things that are completely left out. We don't know the rest of the perks, and we don't know what kill streaks we're going to get. Obviously we don't know what the maps are going to look like, which of course has a big influence on how the game is played. But one thing that I would have been really interested to know is whether stopping power is returning. There's been a lot of discussion about whether stopping power would balance out assassin or ghost or cold blooded, you know, whatever they're going to call it. Whether stopping power would balance it out. Personally I don't think it would, but that's quite a big subject to talk about in another commentary. That isn't mentioned. It also isn't mentioned whether theatre mode is returning, although we could probably guess that it will be. My goodness, this is a really long commentary, but there was quite a lot of information to give out there. I hope you've enjoyed this commentary, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. If you want to share your opinions on this Black Ops 2 multiplayer information leak, be sure to do it in the comments below. And of course, put your comments about what you'd like to see me commentate about and what you'd like to see me play. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I shall see you next time.